What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Last time, well, I don't think I even need to explain it, just look at the title of this video. We added a brand new character to the story, another bio-android that got involved in the plot around the Saiyan saga, going by the name Salad. The last part was mostly dedicated to covering his biography, including things like how he was created, why he was created, and how he eventually got involved with the others. This part, we'll be actually going into the Saiyan saga, because it seems Salad is now part of a bigger group. But everyone is still pretty wary of him. We'll see more of that in this part. For this video, let's hit a like over 3,500 likes. Once we hit that, I'll continue with another part of the series. Anyways, let's pick it from here. When we left off, Salad met Piccolo, and with some unexpected help from Kami, he was able to convince the Namekian to help him train. Although no one really knows each other, it seems like they're joining forces now. Salad isn't really too sure what to do, but recognizes that he shouldn't go by what Jiro says. Jiro wanted him to kill Goku. Why not go against that by helping Goku? Not to mention, it's clear that Goku's not the bad guy here. Salad's not stupid, he knows Jiro's the bad one. Goku didn't really do anything wrong. It's all some plot from Jiro to get revenge. He brought Salad into this specifically because of that. Therefore, he decided it's best to train with all the heroes. At first, most of his time is spent with Piccolo, who's also trying to juggle training with Gohan. Having an extra training partner is really great, especially because Salad seems pretty strong. No one is too sure about his full strength yet because he's never used it. But Piccolo aims to bring out that latent strength, just like he's doing with Gohan. Not only that, Salad also has a lot of technical prowess. Even though he's never really fought before, I mean, think about it. He's built on all the research from all the other fighters, so he has all their techniques and knows all their fighting styles. He just hasn't used it yet, but as he trains more and more, he begins to realize what truly is in him. It's just as Jiro intended. He's an incredibly strong warrior, but just needs to learn how to control that power and access it. It seems to be all muscle memory, and all he has to do is put that to use. One thing that I didn't really discuss too much in the last part is the intelligence of Salad. Not me, I'm talking about the character. I got like a room temperature IQ, in all honesty. Anyways, he has all the knowledge of Jiro, Jiro's computer, and all the other fighters. He'd probably be the smartest in the group, even smarter than Piccolo even. Again, he's also part Bulma. And genetics in Dragon Ball work really weird, so I'm gonna assume he inherits the intelligence too, even though that's not how it will work in real life, but whatever, I'm not gonna question it. Just a weird thing to note. That short spiel aside, his intelligence is actually gonna come in handy. One of the great things is that when Raditz died, they were able to get his scouter. Well, it was all broken into little pieces, but they still got it. And Salad's able to use it and reverse engineer it somehow. Try to get a hold of the tech inside of that, in order to incorporate it within his drones. He's starting to build more and more. Maybe during the battle with the Saiyans, this will come in handy. He can not only gather their DNA, but also get more info on them. Plus, if he implements scouter technology, they could use that power level thing that Raditz had. Although they're not too sure about how that system works, but they'll make do with it. The humans are still kind of wary of Salad. I mean, he is from the Red Ribbon Army after all. After some time, they grow to like him more, but still, there is that suspicion. It's just like with Piccolo. They didn't really trust Piccolo right away, and it took a lot of time for him to gain their trust. It would be kind of a similar situation here, especially now with two villains in the group. They come to learn more and more that Salad's actually really powerful, not only in terms of techniques, but all the abilities he has. He has all of Piccolo's abilities, you know, healing, being able to stretch his limbs, all that kind of stuff. Not to mention Kami's abilities, and Goku's. Just like how Cell has, he's able to get Zenkais when he gets hurt. Coupled with his regeneration, it's a really helpful thing. Once he gets hurt, he just regenerates and gets stronger. Although, it's not nearly to the extent that Cell has it. And just like Cell, he doesn't have infinite energy, so it's not like he can do this infinitely. But still, it's useful during training and he knows that he can take advantage of it. Speaking of Goku, he actually wonders what Goku's up to. He hasn't met Goku yet for pretty obvious reasons. But they're sure whatever he's doing, it's effective. Salad's actually aiming for a new form, if anything. He isn't perfect just like we mentioned in the last part, but he can work his way up there. You see, unlike Cell, it's not like he could just absorb some androids and get perfect that way. No, Salad was released way too early. If he had some more years of development, Jiro was planning for his perfect form to be made right away. The thing is, all of that data and all that info to get to the perfect form is still within Salad. He just doesn't know how to access it. We'll be talking about this more as the scenario goes on. If Salad continues training and collecting data, he hopes that he can reach the perfect form in this way. And who knows, maybe others around him have transformations too. Maybe he could take advantage of that. Who knows though. As training continues, Salad would probably grow close with Gohan and Piccolo. He's around them more than anyone else. And also, I do want to base some of the character off me like I mentioned in the last part. And you guys should all know by now that Piccolo and Gohan are my favorite characters, so let me have this one. Let this one slide. The group has come up with a lot of new strategies in terms of power. Not only are they coming up with great combo attacks, But Salad is helping them grow stronger since he is another strong ally. He splits his time between training with Piccolo and Gohan, as well as training with Kami and all the humans. Kami wanted to make sure that Salad came to see him. Ever since he begun watching Salad, he wanted to make sure that Salad would come to him one day to train. He is part Kami after all. He may as well harness that side of him. Not just because of all the Namekian stuff, but because Kami actually has some great abilities as Guardian. This is a bit harder for Salad to develop, which is why Kami comes in. But he's going to keep this in mind going forward. He can learn some great techniques from Kami and train further to get stronger and learn newer abilities. Abilities that are exclusive to him. But with all that covered, I think we've shown enough of the training. Now we can actually head into the Saiyan saga itself. Of course, Goku's going to be the same strength. Salad would actually be the second strongest of the group. As I mentioned before, he grows incredibly fast, not only due to his data, but because of his biology. He's part Saiyan after all. So let's place him at around 7,000. Piccolo is actually way stronger than he was normally thanks to this great training partner. Plus, with how close he is with Salad, he was training with him more than anyone. That puts him at around 6,000. Gohan actually gets the same effect too, putting him at 3,000. And as for the humans, they're around the same, if not a bit stronger. Just for simplicity and to give them a bit of a buff, let's say that they're about 2,000 each. At least Krillin, Tenshinhan, and Yamcha. The group's ready to fight, waiting for the two Saiyans to arrive. Their arrival goes pretty much the same. They land in a city, with Nappa destroying it just because he feels like it. He and Vegeta are eventually led to the area where the other fighters are waiting. Already, they've walked into a trap without knowing it. Before the fight even began, Salad already deployed some drones in the area. This way he could study Vegeta and Nappa more effectively, as well as getting DNA samples from them, probably powering himself up even more. And this will also help him adapt easier in the fight, as well as helping the others too. Right away, Nappa deployed some Cybermen, with each of them splitting up and trying to go for one of the other fighters. Of course, Nappa knows the Cybermen aren't too strong, but splitting them up should work as a good distraction. It keeps all the fighters occupied. Of course, a lot of the fighters have an easy time taking them on, even defeating some of them. Then the Cybermen decide to explode, and they aim for the weakest fighters. They look over to see Yamcha and Chaozu. And while the Cybermen are involved in their own fights, they all group up on these two. Piccolo and Salad are able to stretch their arms out and grab two of them, flinging them over towards Nappa where they blow up. But some of the other Cybermen got away and couldn't be stopped, killing Yamcha and Chaozu in the process. It was a dirty trick, and by doing this, they were able to actually kill those two. But even then, Nappa's still surprised. They only took out two fighters, the rest of them were fine, and if anything, that only served to anger them. Plus, when Piccolo and Salad grabbed two of them and threw them at Nappa, they injured him a bit, although it wasn't that bad. But still, that served to piss him off too. Both groups are angry, especially Tenshinhan and Krillin. But with the Cybermen now gone, that obviously means it's Nappa's turn to fight. The person he faces off against is Piccolo. He assumes that Piccolo is one of the stronger ones there, but still weak enough for him to defeat. This should also be interesting, the Namekian and then whatever that other purple thing is. Nappa doesn't really care about fighting the humans. They won't be fun to battle. Piccolo's confident that he can take on Nappa alone, and he's right. The two go into battle right away, pacing themselves. At first, it actually starts out as kind of a balanced fight. The two of them trade blows and are impressed with each other's power. Not that they're going to commend each other or anything, it's just worth noting. They acknowledge the other's strength, and begin powering up more during the fight. Nappa notices on a scouter that Piccolo's power is climbing. At first it was only about 1,000, now it's climbing to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000? No, that's gotta be a mistake. Before he can even comprehend what he's seeing, Nappa's punched in the face by Piccolo, now fully powered up. He loses sight of Piccolo until he appears behind Nappa, hitting him with another powerful attack. Supportive material shows that Nappa's actually at a power of 4,000, and with Piccolo at 6,000, well, that's a pretty considerable gap, enough for Piccolo to easily overwhelm the Saiyan, then killing him. Even though he was able to defeat Nappa pretty easily, there's still an issue. First of all, two of the fighters already died, including Chaozu who can't be revived again, and now Vegeta will be the one to fight next, and Goku still hasn't arrived yet. They need more time, but Vegeta's angered and ready to battle. It looks like they're just gonna have to hold him off for a bit until Goku arrives, but he might be here soon. They could sense him. They just need to buy a few more minutes. The group all bonds together, ganging up on Vegeta. Salad uses some drones to look at the power levels of everyone, calculating that maybe collectively they might stand a chance. Actually, if you combine everyone's powers, they're stronger than Vegeta collectively. But the issue is power levels aren't everything, plus all of those powers are split up amongst everyone, making things tougher. At best, all they can really do right now is hold him off. But Salad begins thinking of an idea. They might not need to do that. In the midst of battle, he throws something on the ground quickly, then standing back as he takes on a certain posture. He tells everyone to move out of the way and they jump away from Vegeta, as Salad then yells Mafuba. This is something he picked up from Kami, and I guess Tenshinhan and Roshi too, but mainly Kami. He actually has perfect mastery over this technique, and he thinks that maybe using it against Vegeta is their best bet. And it seems like it's going to work. He draws his arms down, sealing Vegeta in the container. And just as he's about to seal it, a massive explosion occurs. They don't know where it came from or who did it, but it negated the technique. Vegeta's now freed. They all look over and see. It turns out Piccolo didn't actually finish the job against Nappa. He's still alive. Well, not anymore. He used the last of his power to free Vegeta. Hoping that Vegeta will be able to kill everyone and avenge him, he used his giant storm attack, using up the last of what little energy he had left, and now he's actually dead. But this kind of messed things up. Vegeta was weakened by the Mafuba, and doesn't know what exactly happened, but he's angrier now, even angrier than he was before. Just to make sure that doesn't happen again, he shoots the container that Salad used. No more cheap tricks. Enraged, he lunges towards the group, but is suddenly hit in the back of the head by someone's elbow. Everyone looks on with a smile as they see Goku's here, glad that he's finally back. Although, Goku's a bit confused. Who's this purple guy? Oh wait, King Kai actually told him a bit about Salad, but he didn't know too much himself. He heard he was some strong guy that the Red Ribbon Army made, kinda like Android 8 he compares him to. He'd like to learn more about this guy, but of course they're in the middle of a fight right now, and Vegeta's only angrier, especially now that he sees Kakarot here. But this just turned the tide of the battle. Instead of just holding Vegeta off, having Goku here means they can actually defeat him in a battle. He's a bit concerned about the synergy of their fight, but they tell him not to worry. Everyone's been training together and they have great synergy. And as for Salad, he can perfectly replicate Goku's style, having studied it for basically his whole life. That's kinda weird, but also kinda cool. Goku won't question it though. That's gonna be a big help here. Quickly, Vegeta begins losing ground. Now he has all these people against him, and with Kakarot there, that's just the boost in power that they needed. He was a bit injured from the Mafuba too, wearing him out a bit. Goku would have loved a great one-on-one fight, but with all these other people here, and the severity of this situation, they realized they needed to defeat Vegeta right away. And even though Vegeta is close to defeat, he still has one last trick up his sleeve. Quickly, he creates a fake moon, throwing it up at the sky, then transforming into a great ape, before anyone even realizes what happens. Salad immediately recognized this, wondering if that means he, Goku, and Gohan will transform too. Of course, Gohan transforms, but since he doesn't have a tail and Goku doesn't, they stay fine. He doesn't actually know too much about this ability. Obviously, he's never seen the artificial moon or anything like that, or any antics with the Uzaru form. But thankfully, Kami actually filled everyone in. They know that the tail is a weak spot, and in order to negate this transformation, they just need to cut that off. It's simple enough, and Salad has a great idea. He splits himself into two. The copy of Salad is a lot weaker, so he doesn't have to give up too much power. He'll use his main body to help the others and distract Vegeta, while the other one's gonna go cut off the tail. As for Gohan, right now he's fighting Vegeta and acting as the main distraction, with Krillin confident enough to try and cut off Gohan's tail himself. He and Salad's clone coordinate their attack. Together, both of them create a Kienzan. Gohan doesn't notice because he's completely berserk right now in this state. Obviously Vegeta has full control, but he doesn't notice Salad because he didn't know that he made a clone. So, just as quickly as he transformed, he returns back to normal. And with that done, he has no means of escaping, no way to win, and no other tricks up his sleeve. He's on the ground at the mercy of everyone, and most of them think that they should kill Vegeta, but Goku decides they might want to spare him, just like he did originally. I feel like not much about that decision would change, and they would all trust Goku's judgment as Vegeta goes away. But still, there are some differences with how this arc ends. For one, Goku was a lot less injured here. Instead of basically his entire body being broken, he's in pretty good shape. Sure, he has a little bit of injuries, but it's not that bad. Same goes for everyone else too. Not to mention, Tenshinhan and Piccolo are alive. Originally they died. And obviously Salad's here too. But they didn't get off scot-free. Yamcha and Chaozu are gone. Sure, they could revive Yamcha, but they'd still have to wait a year for the Dragon Balls. But as for Chaozu, that's kind of an issue. He's already been revived once, so they can't do it again with the Dragon Balls on Earth. But Krillin has a great idea of where they can go to find more. Namek. If Namek actually has Dragon Balls like Earth, maybe they could revive Chaozu and Yamcha. And they wouldn't have to wait a year to revive Yamcha either. It's a good idea and it might actually work, and with Goku in great shape, and more fighters overall, it may be a safe trip. Or at least, they hope so. They begin planning for this, and in the meantime, let's go over to Dr. Gero. We haven't touched upon him since the last part, but he's still around waiting, trying to think of what to do. He still does want to kill Goku, but he also wants to find Salad and kill him too. He can't have one of his creations running around like this. He doesn't know what Salad's up to. Maybe Salad's planning revenge against him. Maybe he'll try to take over the world. He doesn't know. But he knows that he wants Salad gone. But what would be strong enough to defeat him? He doesn't want to try another bio-android because that failed miserably the first time. This time he could actually make an android but using a human blueprint. That might actually work better. He begins working on androids earlier on, using some human test subjects. He has his eye on two people that he's going to kidnap and turn into androids. Twins named Lapis and Lazuli. But he also has a brand new android that's going to join his ranks, a former enemy of Goku's, one that has great fighting abilities and a reason to kill Goku. Lapis and Lazuli would be great backup plans as androids 17 and 18, but more importantly, Jiro's new ally is someone to watch out for, a certain mercenary that already got turned into a cyborg, with Jiro promising to improve his cyborg parts greatly. But we'll save that for the next part. This is where we'll leave off for now. So, what did you guys think about this part, and what do you think will happen next time? Leave any thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out and see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, and let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon to get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.